Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, here with my buddy Kazi.
What's up?
You might know him from such films as I Pushed Cryptic Off a Cliff, and I'm still whining about a little dinosaur that got killed.
Not whining.
It's whining.
Family.
So I wanted to do a quick little video, something on camera for 10,000 subscribers, just something to kind of acknowledge that a little bit of a milestone. I don't do a lot of milestone videos. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might have noticed I've done a couple videos where I actually used a camera. I did a couple of Pokemon videos, and I did a channel update in December with a camera. But 10,000 seems like it's like a big number. I mean, particularly considering where I started at 0. So 0 to 10,000 seems like a lot.
It's definitely more than 0.
It's definitely more than 0. It's at least 50% more than 0.
At least.
So I just thought we would do a little video. Now, I was trying to think of something really creative to do for 10,000 subs, but I'm apparently not terribly creative, so I couldn't come up with anything that was really different. But a bunch of you actually put in a bunch of questions into the Discord channel under the Q&A 10K subs section. So I thought maybe we'd go through and do some of those Q&A questions. I invited Kazi along because he's been playing some Ark Survival Evolved with me. So if you've seen some of those streams or videos, then this is the famed Kazi. So we'll go through, maybe do some Q&A stuff, and then this will probably be a pretty short video. But ultimately, I really wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been following along the channel, especially those of you who are so consistent in following. There's a group of you in particular that I know. You hang out in Discord chat all the time. You're on every one of the live streams. I won't name names because with my luck, I'll miss somebody, and I feel like that would be a little insulting. But you know exactly who you are because we talk all the time. And you're always on the streams and stuff. I really appreciate that support. The fact that you guys enjoy the content that much and you come out to check it out is it's actually really flattering. It's a little humbling, too. I mean, I never really, I don't know. When I started doing videos a while ago, I never really anticipated a scenario where I'd be looking at 10,000 subscribers. I mean, it's something you obviously hope for and more beyond that, but...
No one ever thought that you'd actually have 10,000 people. That
I know, right? Like 10,000 people that want to watch my stuff, that want to listen to this voice? I don't think so. Nevertheless, we hit 10,000 subs like last week. We're actually like 10,600 now, I think, just about. So the channel's been growing really well, and that's all because of all of you, and I appreciate that very much. So let's go through and maybe do some of the Q&A questions, and feel free to chime in on any of these if you want to as well.
Sure.
I haven't read all the questions yet. We started to scroll through it, and then I decided, well, Kazi decided, and I agreed that maybe we should just do it on the fly where I haven't actually read the questions, because that might be a little more interesting. But there's some random stuff in here. Some really random stuff in here. Thank you, IX. But let's fire it off. So first of all, Vex the Ghost. CrypticFox, can you be my dad? Nope, sorry, I'm not taking that on. But Kazi said he would.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, he'll do it. Yeah. Who's my Sir Lord Tiki Toby Esquire the Ninth? I added a lot of those titles in there. Who's your craziest sub? Well, that's a good question. It's probably a toss up between you and IX, and I actually don't even know whether to call him IX or Ix, or is he Roman numeral 9? But he only uses 2 letters for his name. That makes a little odd.
So that's our question for them.
That's our question for you.
Yeah.
What is IX actually called? And maybe he
give and take here.
Maybe he should answer it since he's the one that knows. But
can't just take from you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Can't just take your answers like that.
That's right. You got to get back.
Yeah.
No, you guys do get back. You get back constantly. You watch all my stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm a bad influence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if anything, I'm taking from them. Taking your questions. Hey, Cryptic, my YouTube name is a guy, but you should know that. But anyway, I have 2 questions for you, and those are, when and why did you start YouTube? That's a good question. So it was maybe about, I want to say like 2 years ago now, maybe 2.5 years ago. I saw some other people that were doing some videos on YouTube that were related to gameplay, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I've kind of always grown up with a big interest in video games. It was something me and my brother did all the time growing up, hanging out at the arcade, and we had the Atari system and Nintendo and all those old-timey game systems.
Did you have E.T. for Atari?
E.T., I had E.T.,
what a terrible game.
I know, I had Yours Revenge, too, no, the worst one was, E.T. was the worst.
It was awful.
That was awful.
I never figured it out, but I was just a child. Yeah,
they say there's a whole pile of E.T. cartridges still buried in the landfill somewhere. I think I saw a video on that.
Pretty sure
somewhere recently.
My car's probably made out of E.T. cartridges.
Probably. Recycled.
Awful.
Is it a piece of crap?
I never know what to do with it.
Just buried in the landfill.
I turn it on and I don't know what to do after that. Like
buried in the landfill, you'll be fine. So when and why did I start? So it was probably about 2.5 years ago. I just saw some people doing it, and it looked like it was pretty interesting, so I thought I'd try it out. I've already done, through the course of my life, I've had a couple jobs where I've worked telephone jobs, so I knew that I had a voice that I could play into it. and that I would be comfortable doing it. So
telephone jobs.
Yeah, telephone.
You guys just take that.
We won't say what kind of telephone jobs. Yeah, so I just decided 2.5 years ago I would do some of the videos, and it took a lot of practice. I mean, if you go back and see any of that early content, actually my earliest videos are on my alternate channel, Cat's Kingdom. Some of them are really rough. I was using like a headset microphone that was just like a USB mic, and trying to make the sound quality on it sound something half reasonable, and it didn't even approach it. But yeah, I was working with a potato of a computer, and it was really...
I do love potatoes.
It's really wacky. And actually, when I started out, we were just... my wife and I, we weren't married at the time, but we were living in an apartment, and it was just a small 2-bedroom apartment, so... If I was going to do my recordings and stuff and I had to do it at night, then I would be waking people up. So, because we had our daughter and then my wife, and they were always sleeping. So I would actually record the gameplay on my laptop, and then I would take the laptop to the car, and I would go drive and find a parking lot somewhere that was empty, and I would set up my laptop and microphone in the car, and I would record it in the car, and then take it home and then edit it so I could edit the voiceover and stuff together with the video.
That's dedication right there, guys. That's what you do.
It was pretty brutal, but I really wanted to do it. So that's, you can make sacrifices and you just find a way. If it's something that you really want, you just kind of find a way to make it happen. But yeah, some of that early stuff is just really rough because of that. But yeah, I don't know. And now I do it now because it's fun. I like interacting with all of you. I like recording and putting up the videos and stuff. The editing process sometimes can be a bit of a pain, but for the most part, I like pretty much everything about it. Still need to come up with a good name for your subs. This is from Sir Lord Tiki Toby Esquire the 9th. We gotta reduce his titles. He was originally just Tiki Toby, and we kind of just started layering them on. I asked like 4K people go, you're right. And I still actually don't even know what to call my subscribers. And in part because, I don't know, I've never felt like labeling people that way. Like, PewDiePie's got like the bro army, and what does Jacksepticeye have?
I don't know.
Is it the stink guys? I don't know what they call them. I have no idea. But I know that some of the bigger channels have a name for their subscribers, and that's not really something that's been really important to me. So far we've been using Cryptic Skulk, or Cryptic Skulks or whatever, in the Discord. And I don't know whether people like that or not, or if we're looking for something else. It seems like a weird name to me, but I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that up for you guys. I mean, I don't know that on any of those other scenarios, if it was actually the YouTuber that came up with the name for the followers. I think that's ultimately something that you guys decide on your own if that's what you're looking for. So go to it. As long as it's family friendly.
Yeah. I agree with the one from Sakura, the next one.
Yeah, Sakura says, this is not a question. Please don't add face cam. I love seeing 100% of the game. And apparently it's polarizing because it's got two thumbs up and 2 thumbs down. But
I would thumbs up that.
Yeah, me too. I don't seek out people who are doing face cam, which is probably why I don't do it myself. I'm not necessarily opposed to the face cam.
And you don't want to put them through that.
I know, like, if you had to look at this mug all the time, good God. I have a face made for radio.
That's true, he does.
You didn't have to agree, man.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was a little bit quieter.
How many hours total do you have on Oxy at the moment? I try to avoid OxyContin. It's kind of addictive. It's a bad drug. Don't take it.
3,000 hours for me.
Yeah. So we'd say he's recovering, but he's not even trying. No, so on Oxygen Not Included, I don't know. I'd have to check. I probably should have logged in and checked my Steam account, but it's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 hours, 150 to 200 hours on it so far, I think. Something like that. I'm not positive. If Q&A becomes a cool thing to do, would you try doing one more frequently or just on milestones? If so, it would just be a collection of any questions, or would you occasionally bring up subjects for us to ask under the topic? We're very curious. What's the next milestone? 15K, 20K, 25K, 50K? And I actually don't know.
I think you should do one at 25.
One at 25K?
Well, the way that you're growing now, like, you're already at 10,006.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we're going to hit 15,000, hopefully, in a reasonably short amount of time. Because the past few months, it's been growing really, really well.
Plus, it gives us a gap. If I have to come back again, at least I have that break.
Yeah, well, you can avoid me for a little bit.
Just over Mike is good.
Yeah, right.
For a lot of these interactions,
you don't want to be too personal with your friends because
it's really uncomfortable.
Like it's really
being
gross.
This close.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe 25K. The thing is, like, I haven't really been really big on the milestone videos, and maybe that's a downside to things. Maybe you guys would like to see more of them, and I don't know.
Another question for them.
Yeah, there's another question for you. Do you want to see more milestone videos? Because for me, I feel like it's an arbitrary number. So we're just kind of picking something and saying, like 10,000, I picked it because it was kind of a round, big number. And I was thinking I would just do it the next time I add another zero on the end at like 100,000, but maybe we should do something more frequently than that. Maybe every 25,000 we do something. I don't know. By the time you're at 50,000, does getting another 25,000 still feel the same as getting that first 10? I mean, I don't know that it does or it doesn't because I haven't been there yet. So I'm not sure. In terms of the Q&A, I'm certainly open to doing more of it if people have a lot of questions. The only thing I would say is that I tend to be really active in responding to people's comments and questions in general on videos and in the Discord. So probably part of the challenge there is actually collecting up questions I haven't already answered because I have a tendency just to respond to things. And I think maybe sometimes other channels do more Q&A stuff because they don't have the opportunity to do as much direct answering with comments. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but this is a good question for all of you. Would you like to see more Q&A? If you would, I'm happy to do more. What do you think we should do for the next milestone video? Both in terms of what's the number and then what should we do? Because I was totally stuck on this one. I tossed around a couple of ideas, but couldn't really make any of them work, so here we are doing a Q&A. But let me know. That's up to you all. How long did it take to hit 10K starting out? This one's a bit of a complicated question. So I've had a channel, between my other channel and this one, I've had one for 2.5 years. But I didn't really start focusing on growing my channel until, I think, I want to say September of 2015, when Disney Infinity 3.0 came out. And then I started to do a whole bunch of videos on that. So I guess a little more than a year and a half. Something like that. So between that point, I had 25 subscribers. Because I hadn't really been driving it before that. I was playing around, figuring out how to do videos, trying to decide what I was going to play. And then when I got to the point where I was focused on something and I really started to drive it, and then now obviously Disney Infinity's phased out and I moved on to other types of games and things, it's been a little more than a year and a half. What type of music do you normally listen to? Kind of a wide variety of stuff.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, totally all about the Bieber.
He asked me when I drove him to the restaurant, hey, you got some Biebs? I said, I don't even know what that is. He said, Justin Bieber. I said, no, I don't. And he was visibly upset. So
distraught. I wasn't just upset, I was distraught. No, I don't know. I listen to kind of a variety of stuff. So I'm more into like rock, alternative, punk kind of stuff. I'll listen to almost anything. I don't listen to country music. I'm not really big on rap or hip hop and that kind of stuff. I guess I would say probably more like rock alternative kind of thing. So a lot of older bands like Pearl Jam and Metallica and Radiohead. I've listened to probably a lot of Radiohead.
CCR.
No, not really into CCR.
I don't like CCR.
No, it's not my thing.
I like some of that oldier stuff.
Yeah.
Oldier stuff.
Oldier.
Oldier stuff.
Oldier and moldier. And then so in terms of the newer stuff, I listen to things like Muse. I've got to the point now where I actually don't follow bands so much as I just follow individual songs that I like.
I'm the same.
And I think it's because of the way you can digest it all now. You're no longer just buying an album with something. You can just go after individual songs or listen to them on YouTube or whatever. So, Imagine Dragons, I don't know, that kind of stuff. What about you?
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way.
It's hard when you're a follower, I understand.
I just, all comes down to the song itself. Like, I'm a big fan of Metallica. I've been a fan of them for years. And, I don't like all their songs. I find even back when I was buying their albums, I'd rip up to a new CD just because there were certain songs that I could care less for. So I just, rip individual songs back in the old DVD burning or MP3 burning days.
I'm old enough. I remember recording things from the radio onto cassette tapes.
You gotta wait after the commercial, and you gotta.
When are they gonna play it? And then you gotta catch it just on time because otherwise you miss the beginning of the song.
Yeah, you don't start it soon enough.
What kind of games did you play did you grow up playing rather? God, what did I play? So, I mean, my first gaming system was the Atari 2600. Long time ago. And we had stuff like Yar's Revenge and Pitfall and a couple of games like that. But I would say I tended to focus on a lot of role-playing games as I was growing up. So I had a Super Nintendo. I had the regular Nintendo. I did some computer gaming on the Commodore 64 eons ago, which was a horrible little beast of a computer, but was great at the time.
Summer Games.
Oh, the cliff diving and stuff? Oh, no, where's that? World Games. Did you play that?
I think that might have been World Games. I played the Summer Games. We had to do the diving, and like you got the joystick, and you just kind of go.
You could just go nuts with it, and then your guy flips all over.
And he does like a.
You're like, don't land on a belly flop.
And there's that fighter jet.
World Games was a good one because you did cliff diving, so it was the same kind of thing, but you had to do like flips and stuff, and then not hit the cliffs on the way down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was good.
Did you play the hacky sack? In the summer,
hacky
summer
sack.
game? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Those are the
Skate
good
or
games.
Die was a good one.
Skate or Die.
Skate or Die.
Yeah.
I used to play like Defender of the Crown on Commodore 64, but the ones that I used to really like those point and click adventure ones like Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle, Zach McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders. Just these wacky games that I would get really into. But back then it was also really about going to the arcade because the quality of the games in the arcade were always better than the ones you could get at home, and it's really not that way anymore.
Things have changed for sure.
Yeah, it's dramatically different now. Everything's like those win a toy, win a ticket kind of game things now at arcades. But so we used to get into like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, a couple driving games, that kind of stuff. So I've kind of played a really wide variety of stuff. But there was a period of time where I really got into role playing games. Like I think on the original Nintendo system, there was the very first Dragon Quest game, and I enjoyed playing that. That series is still going on.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played that.
What games do I plan to play in the future? That is a fantastic question because I don't know. I'm kind of always hunting for stuff.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves is one. So we both have access to the alpha, so we're going to be actually playing that after we do this a little bit.
Yeah, let's hurry up. I want to play the game. Come on,
it's for the fans, man.
I want to play the game.
It's for the fans.
All right.
So we're going to play a little bit of that afterwards, but we can't record it yet. It's still in a non-disclosure agreement. Other than that, I'm actually not sure. I'm kind of keeping an eye out for games that are coming up that I want to play, and I'm not seeing a ton. I kind of like shooting for the games that are a little bit more open world, stuff where each time you see the gameplay, it's not the same. I've noticed with the platformers, although they're fun to play, they don't get as much interest from people because once they've seen them a few times, they know the ending or they know how it's going to go. And games like Oxygen Not Included have done so well, I think, because it's so open. Like when you see someone play the game, everybody's playing it a little bit differently, and it's not always the same. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to gravitate towards. Some more indie games on the computer as I find them. I'm going to play some of those. And so yeah, I'm not sure yet. I have to kind of figure that out. I know you guys have been making suggestions on games, and that's fantastic. Factorio was one I'm definitely going to check out because I know a lot of people are asking about that. Factorio, yeah, it's another like simulator, like a resource management kind of game where you're building up like a factory to do some stuff. It looks kind of cool. And I know a bunch of you have been asking about Don't Starve or Don't Starve Together, and I might check that out also. The tricky part is that when I'm trying to select a game that I'm going to play, I'm looking for a few different things. So I'm looking for something that looks interesting that I'm going to have fun playing. I'm trying to find stuff that's relatively new because it's going to have search traffic where people are looking for it. I'm looking for things that I think are going to do well in terms of people looking for the game. So sometimes it's a little hard that way. There have been a bunch of recommendations in the suggestion channel in Discord pointing at a few different games that people thought would be cool to play. And some of them I know are good games, but I also know that there are games that have been around for a few years and people just aren't necessarily looking for them. And I don't have enough of a subscriber base yet where I can put up just anything and get a bunch of people to watch it. So I'm kind of still a little bit selective about when I'm playing that way. I'm never going to be playing some more Crossout. I've been having a blast with that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I can't think of anything right now. E3's shown some pretty cool games that are coming out. Not to name anything specifically, but you're just watching some of the trailers and reveals and stuff like that. It looks like we got some good games coming out. I can't even remember the name of it, but it had like that Destiny feel to it. Did you see that one? Haven or
I did, and I can't remember the name of it either.
You get the mech suit on, and they're out there, and the environment is interacting with them. And
yeah, like if you're not following E3, there's some really cool stuff they're showing. But actually, for the most part, watching E3, I didn't see anything that like really jumped out at me. I was like, oh my gosh, I have absolutely to play that. It's more like, oh, that looks kind of neat. That one looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a Fox game there that I'll probably end up playing just because it's Fox. Foxy. But I don't know what else. I'll have to figure that out. So keep putting forward the suggestions. Like I'm obviously not going to be able to play everything you guys asked for. But it does help at least bring stuff forward so that I see it and then I have an idea of what I want to play. Are your children proud to know you got 10,000 subs? Well, my one daughter is only 4 years old, so she doesn't really grasp the concept. But my older daughter, Megan, she's super excited. She wants to have a little party and stuff every time we hit little milestones. And she's really big on watching other YouTubers and seeing their milestone videos, so she's always wanting to do stuff. I think she suggested I do the ice bucket challenge, to which I said no. I was going to bring one of her fidget spinners on just to tease you guys with it, because she's got one of those fidget spinner things, and I hate them, but...
you bought my daughter one? It's gone. Like, I don't even know where
it is. It? I took it to school.
She's asking me, she's like, how much did we pay for this? Because I was working. And I said, I don't know, $5? She's like, no. 4? No. How much? It's like $2.99. I'm like, okay, that's great because it looks like it's worth $2.99.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, jeez, kids.
What got you into gaming? Your first console? I think we kind of answered that already. So I got into gaming off the Atari 2600. My first computer was a Commodore 64, playing on a little initially it was on a little black and white TV. And then we got a color TV for it, and that was something else. The cursor was blue.
Yeah.
Probably just the gaming with my brother, I think, when we were little. It was something to do. And then with our friends, we'd go to the arcade and hang out doing that. So that's probably it. What about you? What got you into gaming?
Not having a console myself. I'd always go to my buddy's house, and they'd always have a Nintendo or stuff like that. And I'd always, be so excited, and we'd go over there and we'd just play for hours. Obviously, we started out... the Atari and the Commodore. My grandmother bought us a Commodore, so whenever we'd go over to her house, we get to play that, getting the big disc and putting it in and get the keyboard.
I still remember going to school and they had like the computer lab, and we would go down and they had a bunch of Commodore 64s in the computer lab, and I'd play this game Pole Position, which was just like a really lame, very two-dimensional looking racing game.
Yeah, F1, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I think it was like an F1 game.
Yeah. Favorite game of all time? I don't know. Probably the original Dragon Quest. If not that, then maybe Karate Champ. Did you ever see Karate Champ? No. Karate Champ, if you haven't seen it, is this... I'm really dating myself now because I'm old. Old! Karate Champ was this stand-up arcade machine, and it had 2 control sticks, and there were no buttons. And when you wanted to do a particular karate move, you had to move the control sticks in a certain way, like both up or both down, or one up and one left. And you would do like different punches and kicks and stuff that way. And you had to fight against opponents. And then there would be these rounds in between where there would be like these flower pots and stuff flying at you. And you had to hit them out of the air.
Oh, man.
Just a silly game. But I went...
the original Wii.
Yeah, kind of. Almost. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but we went camping the one time. And they had like this really old barn that had like a convenience store kind of thing in it. And had a Karate Champ in there. And that's where the kids would hang out and play Karate Champ. So, I don't know.
That's cool.
What's the meaning behind your YouTube channel name? Well, this is actually a really deep and interesting story. And I was trying to make something up off the fly, and I got nothing. So I actually, there's really no deep meaning. At the time, I had a different channel, and I was doing content, and I still have it as my secondary channel, but I was doing content that wasn't family friendly, and my daughter started watching it, and I was swearing and stuff in there because I was just doing normal adult kind of things. And once I realized that she was watching it, I realized, okay, well, maybe I want to focus on something that she can watch that's not going to be that. So that's why my channel's family friendly. And in terms of like the origin of my name, I just sort of tried to pick something that I thought was going to be accessible. So I was looking for something animal related, and a fox seemed kind of cool because they're just sort of awesome. And then I just played around with a whole bunch of things that would be something fox, and found the CrypticFox kind of rolled off well, but there's no deep meaning behind it. It's not even a name, unfortunately, that I used leading up to this. It's just something I set up specifically for the channel. What about you? What about Kazi? You got a story behind Kazi.
Yeah. Well, if any of you guys ever played Half-Life and the mods that went along with that, Day of Defeat is when I really started Counter-Strike and all that stuff too. But Day of Defeat is where I got my name from. There was a glitch where you throw a grenade, and if you held in the right mouse button, you would, or you had to pick it up first, so you press E, you pick it up, and you hold in the right mouse button, and it wouldn't blow up, no matter how long you ran around with it, until either you let go of that mouse button, you'd blow up instantly, or if you got shot and died, you'd blow up instantly. So I was just running around the map having a good time, your arms cocked like this, running around like a goofball, and you run into like congested areas, and then, they kill you because they panic, or they just want the kill, but then you take out like 2-3 of them at the same time, so... I don't remember what my name was before then, but I just changed my name to like Kamikaze, and then I just shortened it down to Kazi, and it's been my name since, I don't know how many years I've had that now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So speaking of his name, so Kazi's been joining my channel a little bit to play some games. He's going to be setting up a channel of his own so that people can go check out some videos that he can make. We'll still continue to do some collaborations and stuff together because it's always fun to play, I think, with actual friends. And it's fun to play and stuff with subscribers, but there's something about like knowing the person you're playing with as well. So
yeah.
So Kazi's going to set up a channel himself, but we're actually trying to come up with what the channel name for it could be. So if you have any thoughts about that, I think he's open to any suggestions.
Yeah.
I think I still think you should keep the name Kazi because it's got a story behind it and because it's kind of cool and it rolls off the tongue really well. I think you should keep it, but we've got to figure out like a channel name for you, something you can name it.
Yeah. So let me know what you guys got if you got anything at all.
There's a couple of channels that are already named Kazi, which is why we're asking. So it's just naming it Kazi isn't maybe
Kazi Gaming, stuff like that's already taken. So obviously I want to kind of create something, that's my own.
I'm kind of leaning towards Dino Whiner. Do I have any quirky hobbies or just any hobby? Well, my hobbies now largely consist of YouTube because it's very time consuming. I played a little bit of golf. Mostly when I'm playing golf, it's really just about donating money to the golf ball manufacturing industry because I lose balls like crazy. But no, I don't have any real quirky hobbies. I used to do karaoke a bunch.
He's a good singer.
Yeah, but a bunch of friends that I used to work with and buddies of mine, we used to go out. And it was like a Friday night or a Saturday night thing. We'd go out all the time and do karaoke, and that used to be fun. But I don't really have too many hobbies now. Work, family, and YouTube are kind of all consuming. What about you? Any hobbies?
Hobbies, do a lot of mountain biking. I haven't done so much in the last little bit, but really into mountain biking. I like doing that.
Ever since you broke your thumb.
Yeah, I had a little wipe out, broke my thumb. But no, yeah, it's mountain biking is big. I got into kiteboarding there for a little while, and it just got expensive and time consuming and stuff like that. And I didn't have the time. Aside from that, just hanging with the kids. A lot of.
When you got a family with young kids, it gets hard to have hobbies.
Yeah,
when they get a little bit older, you get more freedom back again. But when they're younger, there's a lot of time consumption there. Most people know about Harry Potter books. Recent movie from the universe was released this year. If you were in the Wizarding World and placed in Hogwarts, what house would you go to or fit into? So Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. Are you familiar with Harry Potter stuff?
Familiar, but not enough to.
I'm thinking Nate would be Slytherin. I feel like that would be a sure bet for him.
Because I'm like that Malfoy guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He's basically Draco Malfoy, only not so blonde.
Who lures out who lures out dinosaurs just to kill them? Huh? Is it me or you?
Listen. Yeah. In fairness, I didn't lure him out. I was riding it, and I rode it directly into oncoming wild boar.
Death. Oncoming death.
That wild boar, those things are super overpowered. It basically ate the dinosaur. I'm thinking either Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. Because I think Ravenclaw is the one that's like
Hufflepuff sounds fun.
Yeah, Hufflepuff are like the leftover people almost.
Is it?
Yeah, almost. So Gryffindors are all based on like bravery and heroism and all that kind of stuff. Slytherins are all about power and accumulating power through any means. Ravenclaw is all about like intellectual pursuits, and then Hufflepuff are like, well, you didn't fit in the other three, so here you go. So I don't know, maybe either Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. What do you think about this year's E3? Which one do you think did better and worse? I gather you mean by the consoles and stuff, or maybe the gaming companies. Ubisoft had some interesting stuff in it. Although the trouble with Ubisoft is they often have trouble delivering. So sometimes the things, you see in
they look really amazing, and then you get your hands on them, and you're like, nah.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like have you ever seen those videos where people are comparing like, here's what it looked like at E3, and here's what it looked like on release, and they're not quite the same. So I don't know. Ubisoft looked pretty good. I'm really interested in getting the Xbox One X, even though I think the name is ridiculous. I don't know. Nintendo apparently had a really good conference, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to catch up with E3 yet.
Yeah. So PlayStation showed off some really cool games. Nintendo showed off a whole pile of games, so there was some good stuff there. But there was nothing really that jumped out at me where I was like, "Oh my god, I have to have that like right now!" Like there was nothing this year that I thought was that way. There was some stuff I thought looked neat, but nothing that really drew me that like that intensely.
More the same.
What are your thoughts on Sea of Thieves and Super Lucky's Tale? So Super Lucky's Tale is that Fox game that I mentioned that I'm going to end up playing. And Sea of Thieves is tons of fun. Like I said, we've already been playing in the alpha, and as soon as I can record it and put videos out for it, I'm absolutely going to, because it's tons of fun. But there's not a lot in the game yet. You basically just kind of sail around and fight other people and find treasure chests and stuff, and there's not really anything else to do with it. But as they're adding more into the game, it's getting more and more interesting, and it's just, so far, it's just a lot of fun. So that's all the Q&A questions I see on here. So if you guys have any more questions and you want to do more Q&As, then just let me know. We can absolutely do that.
10K video.
10K video.
You want another one. Like, didn't you want to do something? This is what you're giving them?
It's like Q&A.
10K
again. No, this is it. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right.
I'm not super creative that way. I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry, guys. Tried.
like I said, milestones are my thing. But we're going to do the Q&A stuff for this one, and then maybe for the next one we'll do something a little more interesting.
Do something cool. Friendship bracelets.
Yeah, we'll make friendship bracelets, and we'll mail them out to you. 10 people. No, wait. If we do it at like 25,000, then we'll do like 25 friendship bracelets.
There you go.
And if you want one, you just have to put your name in, and we'll make them.
They're going to look great.
Bear in mind, we are not crafty.
No.
At all.
No.
So you'll basically get a mashed up ball of yarn that you'll just kind of have to glue to your wrist.
But it came from us.
That's what it'll be. So maybe we'll do that for 25K.
There you go.
But I do want to thank everyone for following the channel. Those of you who support it. 10,000 again. It just seems like such a huge number compared to where I was. And looking up at the larger channels, I can see that there's so much more upward opportunity there. So we're going to keep making videos, and I hope that people continue to like them and continue to follow along with the channel and stay engaged, and more people will come along and join along with the trip. But I do really want to thank all of you, because it's because of all you that we're at this 10,000 number, and hopefully we'll see a whole lot more. Yeah, but we'll come back. We'll do another video another time, and as soon as we can get some more stuff up, I think we're going to play some more Ark this week.
Yeah.
And then we'll get going on that. The new, that's something else that we saw at E3 was the new map for Ark that came out. So looking forward to playing that.
We will probably drop Scorched Earth to play the new map. Right?
Yeah, probably Ragnarok, I think, is the new one. So the new map is Ragnarok. I think it's out for PC now, and then July 4th is when it's going to be available for Xbox One, and we're playing on the Xbox, so that's probably when we'll start playing it. But when we start playing that, we'll probably drop off of Scorched Earth. But
if we jump on it right away, we won't be so limited to having people just put pillars everywhere.
Yeah, that would be nice. We'll see how the servers perform, though, because they might be a little iffy. But thanks, everyone, again, for following the channel. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you'll come back and check out some more. And if you don't currently subscribe to the channel, then certainly consider clicking on the subscribe button. If you do follow the channel, then we do have a Discord. The description will be down below if you want to get in and chat. And that's where all these questions came from, was from that Discord chat. Kazi finally got around to joining it, so he'll be in there also. But otherwise, I'm, as always, CrypticFox.
I'm Kazi.
I'll see all of you next time.
I'm over here. To your right.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good. Down by the drop, supply drop.
Yeah. There's nothing in there.
Oh yeah, that looks super. Oh, dude! It says I killed my. Oh yeah, I made it.